Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone is well. My name is Tabriz, the best grassroots centre-back you'll ever see play in your life. Yes, let me repeat that. The best grassroots centre-back you will see in the UK. Full stop. I've got nothing else to say. I think, I think we should just end the show here. Hope everyone is well. Thank you to everyone that's been watching, and again, big shout out to the guests on the panel. I'll start at the top. In the middle, we have Andy from West Fulham, who are officially the best London Vets team. West Fulham
in London. Say it
in London.
Say it. That's right. Put some respect on their name.
Go on, and they say it. Then say we are the best team.
I'll let you do it. You say it really nicely. You've got a nice tone to your voice, so I like
it. And then next to Andy, we have Nick from Cray Wanderers. Thank you so much for kind of coming on. Cray are in Division 2, and they are third at this present moment. They are also fighting for the championship and also a place in Division 1. How you doing, Nick?
All right, I'm good.
Good stuff. And then we have Nana, Nana, is that the Catford shirt or is it an American referee shirt? I'm not too sure.
All right, just do your research, mate. Do your research. Yeah. What the hell?
We have Nana, who's a player at Catford, centre back and goalkeeper. Catford are in the League Cup final. They are fourth, I believe, in Division 2. How you doing, Nana?
I'm blessed. Thank you.
And we have Black Klopp, coach at Independent. Independent are top of Division 2. They, I think, already up into Division 1, but looking to actually win it outright. Black Klopp, how you doing, sir?
I'm fine. And hello to the panel.
Hello, mate.
So again, this is a Vets show, so we're going to spend a good hour, probably a little bit longer, just kind of talking about Vets football. We'll be talking about, of course, Division 2, as there's kind of 3 teams that are in that division. Also, we'll be talking about the London Ballers League that Andy represents as well. And let me kind of start off with Nick. Nick, actually, you know what, Nick, could you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and Cray Wanderers?
Yeah, so originally I've been around Vets the last 3-4 years. I was originally at Danson Sport, or Borough United originally. Played in Division 2, Division 1. We were struggling for players a couple of years ago. Moved to Danson. We merged with Danson. Things didn't work out at Danson as we anticipated. The ground, the pitch. It's only really this season that Cray have formed fully for a full season. So we're a combination of teams. Belvedere, a couple of players from Belvedere, some ex-Tudor players, and obviously Danson and Borough players. So this is our full first year in Div 2 as a combination. But we've been Danson, been Borough United for many years.
Okay, cool. And yourself, are you playing? What's your role in?
Yeah, I play. Injuries this year for me have not been great. Slowly getting back into the game. Played yesterday, but yeah, last couple of I've played half the games this season. Some of the big games, you could say. Beginning of the season, it was like anything. Fitness is great, and then over Christmas, the winter, picked up a couple of knocks that sort of deterred me from playing for a few weeks. But finally played yesterday, first time in 2-3 weeks. I think I played the Catford game, independent game. So yeah, I've been back in and out of injury, but yeah, I play centre back or right back. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. And so before,
sorry, Tabriz. Nick, I mean, don't worry about not playing enough games. I think you still play enough games more than Tabriz, so you're fine. You're fine.
And
Wow.
Wow.
So before we carry with the conversation, let's go through the like results and that league that actually happened yesterday. So let's start off with Division 1 of the Southern Vets League. Defiance 1, Metrogas 4, Glebe 5, Charcoal 1. And this is how the table's looking. So, no, it's the wrong table. Wrong table.
Bloody hell,
I will kind of get that information up when I can.
All week, man. All week.
So fixtures for next week. So Charcoal are playing Sporting Kits in the London Vets semi-final, and Metrogas. Yeah, it's a big game. And Metrogas are playing Stansfield in the league. Let's kind of go to Division 2. The results: 3-3 Bow Street and London South B. Hollington beat Cray on penalties, and Independent 5, Wallenham A 1, Norwood Lakers 1, Sporting Santos 3, and the table is like this: Independent first, Sporting second, Cray third, London South fourth, Catford fifth, Wallenham sixth, Seagas seventh, Bow Street 8th, Leone Stars 9th, and Norwood Lakers 10th. And let's go to the London Ballers League. Let's kind of go to their results first. I don't know if you guys can see that. So Jamrock beat Black Lions 12-2.
Yeah.
Okay, Rainers Lane beat Continental 4-2, and West Fulham beat London Turkish Masters 15-0. And then there's a midweek game on the 13th, Jamrock versus West Fulham. That's a big game.
Wednesday.
Yeah, big game.
Yeah.
So literally, let's kind of go to that table. So Jamrock are first, West Fulham second, Rainers Lane third, Continental fourth, London Turkish Masters fifth, Sporting sixth, Black Lion seventh, and Continental United Vets eighth.
To brace.
So Andy, sorry,
to brace. Just that goal difference, is that 101?
Yeah, that's it. 101. Yeah.
In 11
games.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. That league is dead.
Come on, Nana. Don't be. Come on.
No. Look at the points on the table.
100.
You can't say that, Nana.
Listen. Look at the points on the table: 30, 28, 23, 19, 16, 13, 4, 4 in 13 games played.
London Cup.
No,
exactly.
Okay.
No, London
exactly.
Cup.
So exactly.
All right. Let me rephrase it.
You can't
Not
say
dead as in the league is useless, but it's like, you know, back in the day when you only have maybe like Barcelona and Madrid, or in the German league where you have Bayern, and you see what I'm saying? It's not, for me, it's not competitive enough.
With the bottom teams, like a lot of them have had injuries. They're an old team. So
but there's a huge gap though. Like if 101 goals. And the last one is 11 goals different. Like,
because they're an older side. They just do it. They want to come together to play football, have a drink afterwards. They don't want to win things.
This is it. So you're just buttressing the point that it's not exactly competitive enough, is it? Because
we've got that. We've got that in our division as well, Nana.
Not in our division. Come on.
We've got teams. We've got teams that just want to turn up and just have a kick about and see their mates.
Bring our
Some
table
teams
up.
are very competitive. Some teams are very competitive. Some teams just want to turn up. So you can't say that.
Look at the league.
That's a bit disrespectful. That's a bit disrespectful.
No. It's not about being disrespectful. I'm just saying that the competition, like people coming to play football and wanting to win the league and win cups, as opposed to people who just want to turn up and play football. It doesn't make the league competitive enough. Maybe
You're
we are saying
talking.
is that
You're talking
sounds-
about the London Cup winners. You're not talking about a normal team.
But
Vet
that
team.
has
You're talking
got
about
no
the
bearing on
London
the-
Cup winners. You're talking about the London
Cup
Cup winners.
Vets that is top of your league in the Premier League.
Exactly. Exactly.
Look at the difference between
Okay.
the two top leagues in your
Exactly.
division and the last 5-6 teams. This is what I'm saying. So if you are beating teams 15-0 week in, week out, because you have goals, you play only
It's not-
13.
it's not
It means that it's about average
It's
of
not
10
week in,
goals a
week out.
game.
It's not week.
It's not week in, week out.
It's an average of 10 goals a game. If you're working it
No,
that
it's
way, you
not.
play only 13 games. Mate, you've played 13 games.
Yeah. I mean, if you kind of
You
average it,
scored 100 and
Yeah.
something
If you
goals.
average it out, of
Yeah,
course
if you
it
average
is,
it
but
out,
it's
it's
not.
about 10 goals.
Yeah, but
like
it's
the
not 10
totality
goals a
of the
game,
league.
is it?
So you just said it. Andy, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm saying that if you,
Wow,
yes, you're the
Jesus.
winners, you're the London Cup winners,
And
you're a
we
very
also-
good team. But
I see
think
Nick
that-
laughing, you know.
I think that in terms of your division and having some good competition, it looks like you or Jamrock are going to win that league year in, year out.
That's the same as your top division. Charcoal's going to win it year in, year out.
Come on,
Okay.
come on.
Okay, hold on. Okay, well,
When was the last? Who won the league last year in that top division?
it was not. It was null and void.
None and void. COVID.
But
Yeah.
most of the time, Charcoal will win that top
How
division.
could have not
No,
been
no,
there
most,
long though?
no. Most of the time it was one bells. So I see you.
I've
You've got a good
I've
point
not
there.
seen- I've not seen them.
Yeah, they went. They left. But you're right, Andy. Most of the seasons it was one bills. So you've got a good point there.
And I'm not being rude, most vets games, there's a big score because near the end people are tired. There's space.
Yeah.
So, Nick,
I'm happy to play you in a friendly.
Bring it on, fam.
Stay down, Nana.
Bring
There's
it
15 going
on.
against you in goal now.
Stay down, Nana.
I will hold you up to that, Andy.
But you can't referee either, yeah?
No, I want to play. What are you talking about? I want to play. I want to play.
So,
My gaffer's watching, so I'm going to hold you up to it, Andy.
You saw it, mate. It's up.
all right,
When we
okay,
do
well,
15-0, I want you to come on and say that as well, yeah?
wow,
15-0.
wow.
You must be having a flipping laugh. You're going to
No.
beat Capo 150-0.
Hold on. Before we get carried away, let's kind of talk about
You're going to beat Capo 150-0.
some of the.
What are you
No,
smoking?
relax.
Fam.
You're just easily triggered. She's so easily triggered. It's unbelievable.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
So,
You actually have, man.
So Nick, the penalty loss against Hollington. Could you kind of talk us through the game?
Yeah, it was a good game, really good game. Hollington turned up. They had a full squad team, 8 subs galore. Really good side. They've won their league. They're up there. They compete. We turned up as well. I think the only difference between us and them, it was end-to-end stuff all game. Not going to lie, really good game to play in. Really good game to watch. I think people came down and watched. Went to extra time. So even after extra time, 0-0, just cancelled each other out. I think opportunities both ends. They attacked well, defended well. Certainly sort of doubled up on Richie up top. But yeah, 0-0 after that. Do you know what I mean? Penalties either way, could have gone either way. We shook hands. It was a really good game to be involved with. Proper officials. We had linos. Really, again, the atmosphere was just amazing. Challenges were going in. It was just really competitive, really sort of hard tackles. I don't think there was any booking. There might be one booking, but it was, do you know what I mean, nothing. It was just end-to-end stuff. Really good game. And then penalties come up. It's a flip of a coin, right? It's it could go either way. But they nicked it. Do you know what I mean? We missed our first 2. Put us on the back foot. Pressure was on, really, and that's the way it went. But had a beer in the club afterwards. Again, great guys. Wish them all the best. They've got. Do you know what I mean? I think they've still got another cup. I know they lost last week, but I think there's something going on with that. I think they've been reinstated. They've won the league.
What?
And then they've got, yeah, I heard a rumour last week that they lost. I think they lost 4-2.
Yeah, they lost. Reinstated. No.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well,
Again,
let's just say it's still an investigation because it's
okay.
a case of,
Fine. Look, I don't know. So
the
I'm just
communication will
hearing
come
reports.
out soon enough.
Okay, I don't know, right? So I'm not to comment, but only hearing what was passed on. But again, they're a cracking bunch of guys. They're super fit. They've got some real good players in their team. Even match, even game could have gone either way.
So,
but hats off to them. They're going ahead, right?
So I'm now kind of playing against Hollington. Where do you think they'll finish in Div 2 next season?
I mean, coming up against us, it was a tough game, right? So they're going to be up there. I think there's some real good teams in our league. I'm not going to lie. There's some teams that we know that have got potential as well in our league. So it can go either way. I think they'll be up there, top 3, top 4. But certainly, take out Independent, take out Santos, take out Cray, they'll be up there.
Cool. Andy,
I like the way you slip past Cathwood, but it's all right.
We'll come on to that in a minute. No,
it's all right. It's all right.
Wow.
Nano's fighting with everybody.
Yeah, just
Nano's fighting with everybody.
Just continue to sleep on us.
No. The only reason I didn't mention
everybody.
You're going to be in Div 2 next year, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to be up there. That's what I'm saying. Next year, regardless, you'll be in Div 2. I'm saying that Independent, Santos, and Cray will not be in that division regardless.
What do you mean?
Well, Division 1.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but there's only two teams going up.
It's not set in stone. Which 2 teams go up is not made out yet.
Okay.
But what he's saying is Catford are not going to be there. That's what he's saying there.
Andy's looking that friendly, boy. Andy's looking that friendly. No, I think you bit off too much, boy. London Cup.
Listen.
You're in goal.
Listen, I have every confidence in my Catford team, bro.
Wow.
I didn't say you would finish. I didn't say you wouldn't finish the top 4. What I said is next year when Hollington go up, they'll be in that.
Don't backtrack, Nick. It's all right. It's all right.
It's fine. Listen. No. We need you next week, right? We need you versus Santos to do us a deal. And then we need Santos to do us a favour against Independent, right? So
wow.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's watching
Nick, you're asking a lot.
Independent and Cray are looking to us to do a thing.
You know
what? Listen, you could have been the season 4 a couple of weeks ago.
Did I ask you to do us a favour?
Let's go. Clocks off.
I never asked you, Nana, to do us a favour.
I didn't say you asked me. Did I? Why are you the only person from Independent? Are you the only person from Independent?
Okay, well,
are you the only one from Independent?
So someone from Independent asked you to do us a favour?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying Independent and Cray, everybody's wanting us to do a thing. That's what I said.
I heard Nick just say, can you do us a favour? And I never heard that come out of my mouth. So Nick is shaking. I never heard that come out of my mouth.
No, I need you to go and beat Santos next week, right?
There you go. Thank you, Nick, for reinstating that. Thank you.
Wow.
Let's hope Nana's not in goal.
Nick is saying it with his chest. So
put Nana on the bench.
so Andy, could you kind of talk about your game? The 15-0 against
Have we got enough time? It was the score. They're not the best, but as I say, they had some older players. As I said, we're quite a young. We've got a lot of players that are 35 to 38. Most of my players. So it's. I'm not gonna. They were a nice bunch of. There was a Turkish team, nice bunch of lads, but you could see the difference in levels. I'm not. The score. The score's not going to lie. We didn't even play that well. but we just took our chances. We created a lot. We took our chances. I'm not going to big it up and say we didn't play that well, but it wasn't. We was 11-0 up at half time. So
was this Turkish team not the same? Sorry, Andy. Was this Turkish team not the same team that played London South A maybe like 3 years ago in the London Cup?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good. I don't know. No.
They play when we played them at their ground. We played them at Hackney Marshes. So I don't know if they're over that way.
No,
I don't know.
It was a long way we went to watch.
Yeah, I think Turkish Masters. They played.
They were. That's a good point, Nana. They were Turkish, but I don't know if it's the same team.
No, I was there, and I remember the name Turkish Masters, and playing the LSUA in that
really?
cup final.
Mm.
You know,
I don't remember. I've only been going. I've only been doing it 2 years, so I don't. I know certain teams, but it's. I'm not going to lie and say we think it was a game that there was a big level between both teams, and we just done what we should have done. If we didn't get into double figures, then I probably wouldn't have been happy.
So Andy, how do you motivate your players season after season? You kind of going in terms of what Nana said, in terms of there's probably yourself and Jamrock that are going to win it. How can you attract not better players, but just players just to join your team and to join the league if the goal difference is like plus 100 plus?
It's this year. This league is a year. This is the first year, so you're not going to get. But as I say, we're in the semi-finals of the London. We're in the semi-finals of Surrey. Jamrock are in the semi-finals of the Surrey. So the league's good, and league at the moment. Yes, we every team thing, but it's to be honest. We prioritise the cups, the county cups. The league this year, next year we have to push for the league. Right, but this year we made mistakes. We were 2-0 up against Jamrock and then my goalkeeper. But that's life, you have them days. But if we were to come away with, I want the 2 count, I want the London Cup again, to defend it again, that would be a good statement. And also the other county cup, Surrey, would be a good season. But as I said the other week with them, my players, I don't need to do it. They just want to win. Even if we train, they want to win. If we had a little 5-a-side game, they want to beat each other. It's just in them. They want to win. We don't come just to have a laugh. We come to we want to win games. We want to win, and we want to win medals.
Yeah. No, fair point. Nana, I'm going to come to you last because I know that you guys didn't play yesterday, but you guys played Santos in the League Cup semi-final, and I'll kind of come to that later. But to Black Klopp, Wallenham A yesterday, 5-1 win. Could you kind of talk us through it?
Yeah, good game. The real independent, please stand up. Yeah, it was a good performance. It was the old independent pressing from high up the pitch. Basically, we said we want them to play in their half. And that's what the guys did. Started very, very well. Never gave them a time. As I said, high press, middle press. They were a good team, good club. Known a couple of their players a long time in Vets football. Nice group of guys. And if you give them time, they can punish you. This is Santos found out a couple of weeks ago. They can punish. They've got a certain way of playing. If you allow them to play that way, they can punish you. We didn't allow them to play that way. We was around them, kept their heads down, and scored goals in the right times. So yeah, it was a very good performance. Everybody was on form. Everybody was on form. So yeah, we had a full squad, 7 or 8 subs. So yeah, it was good. Sun was shining. Yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day.
So, what was a change you think the management made to actually bring out a performance like that?
The change was probably after the 2 defeats. Their heads were a little bit down. I don't know why. They were still top, but it affects play people in different ways. I never had any doubt that we would still be in the same position we are going into the last game of the season. But everybody has, everybody handles it differently. I felt that they just came out of their slumber. In the group, in the week, you saw a difference. It came alive again, which is always a good sign. And that's always a bad sign for the opponents. When the group is alive and firing off bants and stuff, that's always a good sign. Saturday, the warm-up, as you know, and Nana knows, I always say, I look at the warm-up, and if you're on it, that shows me that it's going to be a good game from us. If you're soft and you're not interested, you're going to start slow, and you're probably going to get punished. Warm-up was sweet. They was on it. Pig in the middle, one touch. It was on point. Everybody was ready. They knew they had a job to do. They knew they couldn't slip up, and they didn't. So I think it was just little tweaks to Brees. They're all good players, very good squad. It's just little tweaks. Sometimes you just got to let people sulk for a bit. You can't tell them to snap out of it because, as I said, everybody deals with things differently. But now they're back on it again, and we're ready. We're ready and roaring for the last game.
Cool. Nana, can I talk about your league semi-final again?
Questions.
Sorry?
You have not asked anybody to ask any questions to Andy, to Nick, to Paul. What sort of show is this?
Wow.
What
are you drinking tonight, Nana? You're going to be public enemy number one, Nana. Be careful.
Black Club. What tactically? What did you do different? To make sure this game was different in terms of the way you approached the game.
I can't tell you that, my dearest friend, because it might be used against us. But there was a few tweaks, and it worked.
I like that.
Nice try, my dearest friend. Nice try.
We're not playing you anymore, so
I know, but people.
I wasn't trying to put out on you.
This is an open forum. Forum.
Okay,
thank you, sir.
You know, I've actually got a question for Nick. So, what was your tactics to actually beat Independent?
I'll speak to Nana after the show and send us. No, seriously.
Don't worry, Nick.
Listen,
we give you the best loss, so we know how to do it.
It's just hard work and determination, right? It's whoever turns up. Who wants it most will win, and that's it, right? And Paul said it at the beginning of the year, right? You get points on the board. It's far harder to chase, right? And it is, but when you got people chasing down and being hunted,
Who's Matt B?
He's a cray boy.
Oh my God.
But listen,
been drinking tonight, mate.
Paul knows that we said before the show, he's looking over his shoulder. And it's far easier to be sat there in a comfortable situation than being chasing. I'm not going to, that's the way of the world, right? But Paul knows there's a target, right? Whether it's Santos, whether it's Cray, these guys are coming and they're coming in, fully loaded, geared up to take the league.
Yeah. And again, I'll be absolutely honest with you. I didn't notice Cray at all, and probably until the day that you beat Independent. And then, when you kind of study like the table and think, hang on, Cray haven't really lost a lot of games. And like the games that you let guys were kind of grinding out. And again, like the game against Independent with Richie, that literally gave me a torrid time. Listen, it was a very uncomfortable game for me. And your goalkeeper, again, very kind of mobile, and again, very, very, very vocal as well. And I was thinking, okay, well, yeah.
I think Hollington also steadied Cray because I heard they doubled up on Richie. And that was interesting to know. That was really
good side. They were a good side, right? And listen,
because we know
you can double up on Richie all day long. You know that, John. Give him half a chance.
Yeah, that's the thing. Give him half a chance, and he's going to punish you. Like
give him a breath, and it'll take. Right.
The goal he scored against Catford. Oof.
And he said to you, to be fair, I wasn't at that game, right? But he said to you before the game, I hope you keep your gloves warm, right? Because we'll be picking them out today. And, and he did, right? And listen, I kid you not, I kid you not, this guy's confidence, right? I could absolutely say anything to him. His confidence is so high. And he'll turn up. He'll turn up every week, right? So
that's what I like about him is that he's a decent guy as well. I talk to him, during the week, almost every week. But
listen, it's not about one player. It's not about just one player. We've got a whole team full of players, and the only reason I've reached out to Breeze last week, and I think Shug said something about we were talentless and we're a bunch of mates that come together. That just inspired us, right? We listen to the show and the guys are up for it. They hear all this stuff, Craig coming through. We're dead silent. We'll turn up and play for 90 minutes. It's business, and we'll have a beer in the bar after. Paul,
I said nice things about you.
No, you all did. And that's the thing that
none of them said anything nice about anyone.
No, I said good things about you guys, man.
Yeah, you have.
And I always do, bro. I always do.
No,
I do respect where respect is due, but I'm also straight down the middle in terms of what I see.
You come to my attention now, Nana, and so has Kath.
Well, I mean, and again,
we'll find out soon enough.
Wow. Well, I mean, again, Nick contacted me. Was it? I think it was the back end of last weekend.
Last week,
and Nick literally kind of explained a lot of stuff. Said, look, we kind of may not be on socials as kind of active, but we guys support what you do, and he was like, look, there were like some things that we agree with, certain things that we kind of may disagree on, but overall, the kind of Vets football scene is growing, and for teams to be complementing other teams and kind of literally supporting each other. That's what Vets football is about more than anything else. So you've
got to respect whenever you play against anyone. You have to respect the other team.
Yeah,
you have to. Because if I'm not, at the end of the day, we're not professional. We don't get paid for it. You paid to play football. You put your money in, your time in, and when you turn up, it's as I said, you're going to have on certain teams, you're going to have handbags with. But after the game, it's all about respect and then having a beer afterwards, having a laugh, because it comes down to it. That's all it is. You have to respect every team you play.
Yeah, 100%. Honest Con, thank you for kind of coming on. I know that you was watching the Liverpool City game. We don't want to talk about the elite side of it, but again, thank you for kind of coming on.
Is he in his library today?
We don't know.
He hasn't even got a picture up.
Con, are you there? Hello, Conway?
Reception is poor in the igloo.
Jesus Christ.
He might not renew his library membership. He might not be allowed.
Nick, I wanted to ask you a question as well. Last week we were talking, and there was a rumor going around that you don't want to go up. I don't know where it came from, but there was a rumor that you don't want to go up. Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, it was week 4. So the conversation was
week before.
This is where I think it stemmed from. They were saying that it was the Div 1. They've had some teams drop out, so potentially 3 teams could go up. Yeah, so that's what set the tone. And for us, look, we do not want to go up as the poor losers, like 3rd division, finishing 3rd and going up. We want to go out and win. We want to go out and compete. And someone's taken that as not, you don't want to go up. It wasn't that. It was the fact that we don't want to finish 3rd as runners up and go into it's not like we deserve it. We want to go out and we want to compete. So that's the bit that I reached out to Bruce and said, that's completely not true. We will turn up and compete every single day, but we don't want to go up as poor losers.
Okay. So what you're saying is that if you finish 3rd and they offer you a spot in Div 1.
So to Bruce, whoa. Let's put the question back to you. If you guys finish 3rd, which you can, would you want to go up?
Personally, well, me personally as a player, no.
No, independent. It can still happen.
I will literally let Paul.
Say that again. Sorry, I missed that. Sorry. Say that again.
Hold on to that.
So if you finish 3rd,
say that again.
If you finish 3rd, Paul, would you still go up to Div 1?
Who?
Independent.
What world is that going to happen, though, Nick? To be honest, if we finish 3rd,
it can still happen.
I don't know where you see that happening.
But... No. But the point of the matter is, would you go up if you had the opportunity to go up a third? Would you?
I can't even answer that question because that doesn't even come into my mind.
I know it doesn't come into your vision. I know.
It's like asking. It's like
No,
Answer the question.
No, you know what, Paul? You know what? Like, let's kind of take, in terms of where Independent are at this present moment in time. If Independent were third, as part of the management team, if someone from the committee said you guys can go up as a third place team, what would be your first initial?
Well, I know we've been offered before, and we've turned it down. So I'm gonna go with that. We would turn it down.
Hang on. What?
That's the same statement made Cray last week, and that's where we said, look, as
Nick,
third
hang
place.
on a sec. I may be wrong, but I'm sure as LSU, the team has gone up from finishing third.
LSU, what team? When did we finish third and go up?
Either I may be wrong. I'm going to check that.
No, please do. Before you come on and libel yourself, please do.
Either LSU or Independent. I'm not Independent.
No.
Definitely not Independent.
Please do before you libel yourself.
Finishing third. I don't know.
Somebody's got a just to sue me.
Okay.
My legal team. My legal team are strong now.
You know what, Nana? You're not pleased.
Legal team are strong. You know that. We're not going to send him the letter yet. No, wait.
Who are you talking to, Emilia?
she's my lawyer. She's my lawyer, Nana. She runs the house, man.
So, Nana, could you talk to us about the league game? The League Cup game semi-final against Santos, please.
Oh, fantastic game! Very good game. What can I say? Santos went up 2 goals from 2 mistakes from us. From the week, because the last time we played Santos prior to this, we lost 3-0. And, the feeling of, we're not going to win the league had made, I personally felt it had made the boys a bit, this is a no game. Let's just go out there and enjoy ourselves. That's that sort of thing. But put into context that this game was a semi-final, the boys turned up in quality and quantity. Santos went 2-0 up, and we scored a crucial goal just before halftime. And I think what happened on that day was, I think we were fitter and stronger in terms of, Santos boys came on, the substitutes, some of them were substituted. That's how bad it was. Because we were on it. We were on it from beginning till end. We came back and won it 4-2. They had some chances in the first half that they scored the third goal. It would have been, a different scenario. But once we got a grip of the game, it was only going to be one winner. As soon as we started scoring the goals, it was only going to be one winner. It was
what cup is that, Nana?
This is the Senior Cup, the League Cup.
Okay, nice.
The Senior Cup.
Nice.
So we have booked a date with, I think it's either Glebe or Metrogas.
Yeah.
For the final on the 27th of May. We're looking forward to it.
Okay. So you've still got to play Santos in the league.
This Saturday. We've got them this Saturday.
So do you think do you think your players are again, because it's you guys are in a situation in the league where
we run things at the moment.
Sorry?
We are going to run the show at the moment on Saturday. We can cause a lot of trouble on Saturday,
okay.
Innit?
Again, exactly what you said before. I think because you were the cook that, you could, i.e. get the team motivated for. How do you think your team's going to respond in the league, knowing that, it's just out of reach for like Catford this season. And let's be honest, there's probably going to be some of your players that are going to be looking at the cup final and thinking, you know what, don't really want to get injured for that. Even though it's about a month away, it's, you know, like it's something that, you know.
I can tell you this, that I speak on behalf of the gaffer, that if anybody's feeling that way, they should stay home. Not come on Saturday. Because it's going to be an audition for who wants to play in the final. The gaffer is not going to sit down and let anybody think that this is just another league game, so, you know, don't turn up. I mean, last week, as soon as we put this game in, who's available, you already had the men. You had already had, you know, numbers turn up. So we have a full squad already in place for Saturday. And this is how fired up the boys are, you know, ready to go. The game against Santos, the week before, we had that thing about 12 men. The gaffer had some words for the team. You know, we have to take every game with the same intensity and seriousness. And it's going to go like that to the end of the season. So, if anybody thinks that we are going to take our foot off the pedal this Saturday, you know, they are high on something.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, and to actually, this is a kind of probably more of a group discussion. And I know, Andy, you are in a different league, and we spoke about what league changes could be made to make it more interesting and, you know, probably more transparent. What would you like in your league, Andy, to make it a little bit more interesting?
Would like better teams to join the league, but as I said, it's the first year this has been running. So if it comes that this happens maybe 2-3 years in a row, then maybe we have to look to move. But at the moment, I'm quite close with Conway, who runs the league, and what he's doing with the league, it's I can see it building. But we're a baby. The league's a baby. I mean, and that's, as I say, I've been in Vets football. I think this is my 3rd year, and I can see there's teams like Rayners Lane. They've got new players. I hope with us keep doing well and Jamrock doing well and Rayners Lane are in the semis as well, who we have in our league. So that's 3 teams. It's just teams should want to come to us, but it's also it's very new, the league. So I would like better teams to join. I mean, as I said, Vets football is growing time. And the standard, I mean, footballing wise, is really good. You rarely get a Vets team trying to kick and go. It's keep the ball moving, and it's nice to watch. Sometimes it's really, even the opposition. It's nice to watch how they play.
Yeah. And the same question to Paul and Nick. Nana, I'm going to keep you out of it because I know that you're part of the committee, so I don't think it's fair for you to be kind of talking about things like this. But yeah, again, the same question to you guys. I mean, you guys have seen how competitive Division 2 is. Is there something that you think the league could actually do to make Division 1 better? And again, when I say better, again, literally, I'm not throwing shade on kind of Charcoal's league championship or LSU, but again, you know, is it something that the league can actually do?
The only thing I'd suggest is the fixtures. We had a massive break up Christmas, which deterred things a little bit. You get into momentum, and then you have that break, and you expect to play in January. I don't think we played till February, so we had virtually 8 weeks off, which killed us. Do you know what I mean? We were still doing the training, but we just weren't getting match times. We weren't getting the games we needed, right? So I think that's the only thing, is looking at the fixtures for the year. We declare which weeks we couldn't play. All right, grounds were flooded. Our ground has been the best this year, but I mean, you can't fathom that with the weather and stuff like that. But fixtures, I think, is one of the key parts to make it more competitive. We've got 4 games left in hand. Do you know what I mean? And you want everyone to finish on the day, really.
Yeah. And Paul,
I think the committee are doing a good job. The only thing that sort of gets on my nerves is the excuses sometimes that teams come out with not to play a game. I think sometimes that the committee could look into it a little bit more. I mean, not to call out anybody, but you've asked me a question. First game of the season got called off because the team couldn't field 11 players. I mean, it's the first game of the season. I mean, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I've never heard of that. And I've been in Vets football 15 odd years. Never. First game of the season. First game of the season, couldn't get a team out. And the committee just swallowed it. You know? So that's the only thing that sort of gets on my nerves. But everything, I think they're doing a great job. I mean, to have 7 divisions. I mean, you know, the fixtures, I understand, I hear what Nick's saying. But to be fair, we're used to it now. So we just have to get on with it. But apart from that, I think it's great. I mean, just look at our division. You know, it's the best division in the whole of the league. Competitiveness. Look what it's going down to. You know, so I think they're doing a great job.
Nick, what's the break you have over Christmas?
Sorry, Andy.
What's the break you have over Christmas? When do you?
Off the top of my head, I think we would do games in. I think we had 2 or 3 weeks off over Christmas. I think the way it fell. For whatever reason, January. Yeah, for whatever reason, we end up in 6 or 7 weeks off.
Yeah, we get Christmas, and we usually play the first Sunday after New Year.
I think because they landed on Saturday this year, didn't they? Both Christmas and New Year's was on Saturday, so.
Yeah, but we would have played. We played the following, whatever's after New Year, the following Sunday. That's a long time off. That is 7 weeks. I know you can't help it. You can't help it.
Because we stopped the game the week before Christmas.
Like that in the Southern West League as well. You know, depending on where the days fall, the Christmas break. It's usually right after the New Year, the weekend, the games commence.
Yeah.
But you know the way teams would pull out because they've had too much to eat over Christmas, pitch situations, so on and so forth. So, you know, the fixtures are all there like a month in advance. Mm-hmm. So there are games which are scheduled. But if a team sends you an email saying we can't get in COVID, don't forget COVID was still around. So if a team sends you a message,
the COVID, sorry? A lot of teams use that.
Yeah, of course. But the thing is, we are learning. I mean, in our workplaces, in everywhere, we are learning to be able to implement things or put things in place to make sure that people don't take advantage of certain situations. And eventually, all those things will cut them out. But there are leagues, there are rules in the league which stipulates that if you give enough notice for a reason that you cannot play, then you're allowed to do that, because some teams will have genuine reasons why they cannot play.
Emergency,
and we don't have the manpower to fully go and investigate every team, every player to make sure that it's right or wrong. So it's a level playing for, and we expect everybody to be honest about it. But if it gets too much and I think that the committee feels that things are not going on as they should, then it will be investigated. At the end of the day, we want to get the league done. We want the games to go ahead, to finish, so that everybody can enjoy the long break. So it's a lot more work for the committee if you have double headers at the end of the season and the league is extending into May or June. It's not good for anyone. You know what I'm saying? So the final is the 27th of May, the 21st and 27th of May.
In your league, if the team want to change a date, would they have to give you a month's notice if they say if we were playing independent on this? Do you have to because in our league we have to give 4 weeks notice to say we've got a wedding and we ain't got a team. If there's a game on a certain date, we have to give a month's notice to have that game moved.
Don't quote me on that. I think it's only about a week.
A week in your league.
Don't quote me on that. You declare at the beginning of the season, right? So you declare which.
Yeah, there are days that you can declare the beginning of the season that you're not available for X date or a Y date. That's fine. Yeah. But if there's an emergency coming up.
Oh yeah, emergency. You can't do that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about sideline banter? We are kind of all of an age where you know, like this was part and parcel of the game. But like, you know, also as well, let's be, you know, honest and, you know, truthful here. I think, you know, if literally a lot of I'd say younger teams heard no, you know, let's be real, you know, here. I mean, the game's changed.
Let me start off. Whilst an independent, yeah, the only times I've seen Paul properly lose his shit is, you know, one of these games where, you know, the banter is back and forth on the sidelines and somebody has said something and Paul has rushed on the field. I've never seen Paul run so fast on the football pitch. But what I've seen him is that I don't mind the banter, you know, if it doesn't go overboard and everybody understands where the line is not to, you know, at the end of the day, it's a game of football. It's to hype it up, make it more interesting, so on and so forth. So I enjoy, we laugh about it. If you watch the video from the Independent and Charcoal and then Catford game, you know, it was recorded, so you can see Tony, my couple, running up to Paul when we scored the goal. You know, you can see temper and the captain and the players going back and forth. It was beautiful to watch. So fast it doesn't cross that line, that respect. It's beautiful to watch. At the end of the day, it makes everybody remember the game. You shake hands at the end of the game and you go on. Monday, I don't know you from anywhere else. It's gone. And we come out on Saturday to enjoy football, and it's all part of the football. But for me, I enjoy it so fast we stay in that bracket where you don't cross the line. You understand? Where it's not racial, where it's not some stupidness. You see what I'm saying? Apart from that, hey, whatever you can do to get into the opposition head, the players, teams will do it. Exactly. If you know how to do it properly.
Exactly.
Nick, I'd love to get your opinion about it.
Listen, for 90 minutes, you're going to scream, shout, and try and put your opponent off, all right? Come the whistle, shake hands, and you go back in the bar, and that's it. I think emotions run wild, right? For 90 minutes, you're supporting your team. Any one of you back your team for that 90 minutes, and listen, things are said on pitch, off pitch. There is a line. I get it. But yeah, it's part of the advantage. You're part of winning and losing games, right? It's how you gain any advantage you can.
And Andy, is it something that you subscribe to?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I enjoy a bit of. I enjoy it. I mean, sometimes I overstep the mark. My Saturday team, I've been booked more than my players have. I mean, charges, yeah. But it's not. It's never. I've never. I think look, football is like life. Everyone's got a different personality. Everyone's got, and I think that's what makes the game. You had everyone the same. It's a bit of banter. I say as a game, you draw the line. There's certain things that are not banter in any form of life. So you know, people that say that, you know, that's they've got issues. It's not just on a football pitch. It's thing. But yeah, banter. Yeah, it'd be boring just going to turn up and trying to have a row with a manager or the referee or something. You know what I mean? It's all about getting an advantage over it. You try and the referee, even though you know it's not a throw ref, it's our ball. You're just trying. It's built in you if you play football.
Exactly.
Football.
But
yeah, I love banter. Yeah, I love banter. And Nana's going to see my banter in our friendly as well.
Okay, all right. So, it's like Nick. Who's that been the most toughest opponent that you've played this season?
I'll have to say it. Catford run rings around us. Although we won, 8% of the game they had possession. And we struggled because we didn't have players. We didn't have a full squad out. But they're deadly, right? They've got some good players. But we took the win. that's our toughest, darkest hour. Is we still come away with a win. We've had some games where we should have taken advantages, where we've let ourselves go. We've dropped points because we've shut ourselves down. So, in terms of toughness, in terms of a good, strong battle, in terms of tough opponents, Catford were certainly up there, and they've got stronger, right? I think Nano at home we drew with you, but away we took a 1-0 win.
I didn't know how you won that game, man. I don't.
You was in goal, apparently.
Oh Jesus!
Oh Jesus!
Wow!
You actually,
Wow.
you know what, Nick? You know what, Nick? I could have literally heard that.
You know, ask me a favor, Nick.
Yeah,
You
you won.
ask me a favor,
Sorry,
yeah?
it come from Richie.
This is what happens now when you attack the panel. Everyone that's it now. Look, there's no friends here now. You've ruined everything.
There you go.
No. But listen,
soldier.
again, there's some real good sides out there, right? There's some good sides out there. But teams are turning up. We had a strong game against Norwood Lakers last week, and they're in a relegation battle. So they'll bring it. They'll bring. Do you know what I mean? There's teams going out there to make proof points. So look, I keep going back to it. The league's not done yet, but we've got some tough opponents coming up.
Yeah. And to like Paul, I mean, again, you know, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but there was an incident that happened at our game, and again, it was resolved. Do you think that was? I mean, do you think that was actually needed in regarding what Independent are looking to do, and you know, as kind of part of the management team, have you kind of spoken to the parties in question?
No need to talk. No need to talk about it. No need to talk to them. I love that. Shows passion. I love that. No need. No need.
I think to Breeze, it would be sensible either you tell us what the issue
no, he
is,
doesn't need to
or
tell.
you don't.
He doesn't need to tell the issue.
You don't bring it on the panel when there's 4 other people and say something happened, and you don't tell us what it is and expect Paul to talk about it.
You don't need to tell us what it was.
No, exactly. I mean, so don't even bring it up. It's a private conversation with Paul.
Yeah.
No, I can mute you very quickly.
It was fine. It was settled.
Get rid of him. Is that what you're saying? Power.
They settled it. I love
you
that.
to try.
It shows fire in the belly. But I will come back to Nick's question because I'd like to answer. Our hardest opponent this season was Kaua. That was the hardest game we've had all season. Really, and I always big them up. Really, really good set of guys.
That was a cup game, right?
Yes, good players. Reminds me of us years ago when we first started. Pace throughout the squad, which is a scary thing in Vets football. Pace throughout the squad. A young squad, like Andy was saying, just over 35. So they've got legs. They get around the pitch quick. So that was our toughest game.
Okay. And Nana, how like do you kind of work out the dynamic? Not kind of only at Catford, because of course you've like played for numerous teams. Is it kind of something that you worry about in terms of like the quiet ones, the like loud ones, the ones that are slightly diva-ish? You know, how do you as a person kind of bring like people together, especially when you're kind of looking for silverware?
You, as a person, as an individual, you lead by example. That's number one. If I am not giving my 110% on the pitch, I don't expect people to do the same. I don't expect to tell someone that, you're not doing what you're meant to be doing. That's number one. Also, there are things like team building events that you can do to bring the squad together. You know, it can start from simple banter in the group. It can extend to, making sure people are meeting after the game in the clubhouse, talking and bonding. or barbecues, for example. Anything that you can get the boys together, you know, to want to fight for you on the pitch brings you together. But all this is useless if you don't have a core group of players who turn up week in, week out. Because you cannot work on 30 people, 40 people. It doesn't work like that. If you have, say, 7 and 8 who turn up week in, week out, you can work on that. You can create that atmosphere. You can see a captain solid, leading by example all the time, manager on the pitch, off the pitch. That's exactly how you do it to get the best out of people. Because don't forget, we pay to play, so people can be asked to come. If you're gonna, you know, take it like it's some World Cup, or you're gonna tell people, scream and shout at people. These are grown men, you know. So sometimes you have to massage the egos a little bit, but also bring the seriousness out of it. Because if you have a goal, you have an aim, you know, you want to be in Division 1, you want to win cups, you want to do this, you want to do that. And how do you do that? Get the people together using those sort of media I just mentioned.
Yeah. No, you know, I can firmly believe that the management team work for the players. It's not the opposite way around. I know everyone takes time out of the day, especially on a Saturday. It's a whole day affair. And if things are not going right, you know, for like the player, it's kind of down to the management team to kind of, you know, look at certain players, talk to them in a certain way, and even after the game, you know, to get, again, just to kind of gauge exactly how they're feeling about not even just football, but just life in general. Because again, you know, you will literally win a lot of people over, and literally they will be prepared to kind of fight for you if you just have that little talk. And again, we've kind of said it on like news occasions, and you know, we are kind of all of an age where football now, or literally playing sports, or literally going out, is literally our kind of time away from the family, time away from our everyday lives, and we actually need this more than a lot of people will actually know. And again, you know, going like back to what everyone said on the panel anyway, how like football has been such a experience, like a positive experience for themselves, and also for like the teams that they represent. And again, long may it continue. And you know, we need more of these conversations. Laughter, banter, and of course, like the kind of serious topics that we're kind of talking about now. It's and again, just kind of having you guys on, it's a kind of privilege and a kind of honor. So you know, again, thank you for like, you know, in trusting your kind of journey with the Amateur Football Channel. Thank you. Oh, where's that Nana gone? Nana,
I'm here. I'm just plugging in my battery.
Oh. Okay. So Nana, is there kind of any chance you actually coming out of goal and just actually being a centre back?
No, let him stay in goal. Let him stay in goal.
Why do you do these dead questions to Breeze? Why? Listen, wherever the gaffer needs me, I'm going to play. I told you we don't have a keeper at the moment, so I'm going to do a job for the team. When the time is right, when we have our keeper, I can't wait to get back on the pitch. But I've been in goal.
Linesman.
I've been in goal, and you know, with the help of the team, we are in a cup final. How about that? Yeah.
Did you get there because you weren't in goal for the cup to get in there? Yeah.
Andy, say it however you want to say it.
There's a bit of beef between Catford and the London champions, boy.
Rob, he's upset.
When's that game?
He's upset.
When's that game, Andy? When's that game?
But we're not.
When's that game, man?
I wish you West Fulham would have come across us now, before en route to the final.
Oh, you hold it. Oh, trying to track. We see you in the friendly. I'll try and get my best side out. You can always come and watch us when we win another cup this year. I might pop and see you lose a cup again.
I'm gonna watch you, Andy. I'm gonna watch you. Wow.
So, question to Cray actually. Apart from yourselves, who do you think got the best opportunity to actually win the division?
Whoever wins it deserves it, right? So Independent, a lot of respect for them, right? We gave them a good battle. We played them the first game of the season. Our first game as a Cray team. So listen, whoever wins it, Independent or Santos, but it's going to down the wire. We're chasing. We're coming for you. Simple as.
Yeah. Paul, I mean, I know it's hot. So let's take Independent out of it, Paul. Who do you think like worthy of being league champions at this present moment in time, and taking Independent out of the equation?
Wow. I don't want to say their name because a lot of their players don't understand banter, like my good friend Nana does. So I don't want to say their name.
Oh boy!
To be honest with you, they're both two good sides, but the little difference I find with Santos, they're very dynamic. I feel, and there's no disrespect to Nick, I feel I'm looking over my shoulder with Santos in the rearview mirror more than Cray Wanderers. Just because Santos are just a little bit more dynamic than Cray. Cray are a very well-drilled side. Very well-drilled side. But I think Santos just have for me, could be wrong, just have a little bit more of that magic to push you a little bit further. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Difference is, Paul. They've got the points on the board, right? That's the bottom line. We've got 2 games left. We've got the points on the board, and they're closer to your shoulder than we are.
Yeah,
I understand it.
No, as I said, this is the season I don't want to be chasing anybody. Nana and Teresa's been in the team where we've chased teams down. I think this season would have been a very difficult season to chase teams down. So
it's hard to keep chasing.
I'm glad that we're in the position.
No.
I'm glad that we're in the position we are.
Yeah. Points
Simple as that.
Always the best. Always
simple.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
And like Nana, Cray, Santos, or Independent, who deserves to, well, not deserves, but you know, in like your humble opinion, who like do you think is gonna win Division 2?
It's going to go down to the wire, definitely. It's going to go down to the last game of the season, I think. Independent would have done just about enough to get over the line. They will literally crawl over that line, I think. From the games that, played against both teams, I think, for me personally, I think that 1-0 win over Independent was the most difficult game I've played all season for me. And I think they've been there before and they know how to get off the line. Yes, they had a bit of a blip. And I think last week's result was a good statement, getting them back on track. But if they leave any sniff out, if there's any chink in the armor, I think Sporting will get there. It's between the two of them. No disrespect to Cray, but I think it's Independent, Santos, Cray, and then Catford in that order.
Is any of the top 4 in your league got to play each other?
Yeah.
Only us and Santos.
Well, you got to play each other,
right?
Well, we have to play. We play Santos this Saturday.
So
and that will have a huge bearing on the rest of the league.
You can never say it. You can never say it.
Yeah, and then Independent also play Santos the final game of the season.
So now I can see why you're saying it goes down to. So I didn't understand.
That's going to be an absolute cracker.
Yeah.
Absolute cracker of the game. Or winner takes all, I think.
And what's the point?
You can't even draw that game, Paul, right? Even if, for example, even if Santos win next week against Catford, and it's your joint points, yeah, that's a must-win game. You can't even draw that because of goal difference.
Yeah. So just for Andy, so you can see how that. So there's Independent, Sporting, and Cray.
Very tight.
It's very tight.
Yeah, but Clay have got 19 games a season. Is it for you lot?
18.
Of 18.
Yeah,
so
Cray
still got 4 games in hand. Yeah.
So you can see how close it is. It's
So if I'm just saying, if Independent was to beat Sporting and Clay win their game in hand, they could get promoted anyway.
No, Independent done. They win it if they win their game.
No, what I'm saying, if Sporting lose to Independent, you could still claim second.
Yeah.
So
that's so tight, man.
Very tight.
I know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, Nana.
Yeah,
beautiful, man.
Look at that league, man.
Who's number 5?
Oh Jesus, Andy.
Why you can't read now?
Sorry, that's my bad idea.
You see how many games we have in hand?
Who's that? 3 games. Oh, you got 4 as well.
That's
And this is the first proper season for Catford at this division.
Yeah.
It looks a tight division. It looks a very tight division.
It's a good competitive division.
That's what you want, mate. You want. Say we had a laugh about it, but sometimes you want competitive games, but it's life, and you don't always get them. But you can only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we always set out at the beginning of the season that the cups didn't really mean anything to us. It's just an extra day. We had won the Hospital Cup twice, so we've had our day in the sun. The main objective was always to win to get into the first division. So, we're nearly there. Who knows what will happen, but we're nearly there. So let's see what happens.
13 days, we'll find out.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Super Saturday. We'll get the cameras.
So you have one more game to go.
Again, yeah.
Sorry. 13 days, we might find out.
Paul, you have one more game to go.
We got one more game to go. Yeah, we got one more game to go. Nick's still hanging onto the ledge, so that's why he's
still chasing.
Hanging onto the
still there.
Still chasing.
Still hanging onto the ledge.
Again, I still think that there's going to be a twist in it.
Very interesting. Best division. Best division.
Yeah,
true. I wouldn't want to be in any sort of division, especially this year, but this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Best division. Like if there's 11 teams in the division, especially 7-8 teams, if you have an off day, they're taking points off you. It's that simple.
Exactly.
It's that simple. You can't turn up and think this is done. No chance. Look at Norwood Lakers. Look at Wallingham. They couldn't defend to save themselves, but at a point, just start beating teams, getting teams. Points on the board, and everything changes. So you have
got good teams in the division now. Good teams.
Very good teams.
We give each other banter, but there's good teams in the division.
Really good game.
Very good, guys. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on. And again, the platform's here to literally support any team from first all the way down to 7th. So again, if you've got any comments,
where do I send the brown envelope to for Saturday's game? So we're off air now, yeah?
He's going to get his legal team involved now.
Sorry.
I have told you.
I thought we was off air, Nana. Sorry. Do you want it in?
I told you. My integrity.
Nana's been bought out.
I told you time and time again. As a player, as a referee, my integrity is worth more than any.
He said he wanted it. He said he wanted it. He said he wanted it in Russian. He said he wanted it in Russian rubies. I don't know what that is. Where do I get that?
Bitcoin.
Where do I get that from? Where do I get that from? That West Bank. I don't know where I get that from. But I'll try and get that to you on Thursday.
This is your legal team. They'll help you.
There's no Russian banks anymore.
He said he wants. That's what he wanted it in. So I'll try and get that to you.
Honestly, guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Andy.
No problem.
Representing West Fulham, the best team in London. Nick as well. Again, like big shout out to that Nick that literally broke down everything in in like such a detailed and precise way. And again, I literally contacted Nick today to say, look, like, can you kind of come onto the show? And he said, yeah, 100%.
Nick's a good guy, man. Nick's a good guy.
Yeah,
Nick's a good guy. It's a well-run club. I've got no problem with them.
Not coming on with Nana again. That's it.
Good
Guys,
club.
unlike Andy.
Good club.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. Good luck, Nick. To your next 4 games. For real.
Seriously, everyone, good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck to your next 4 games.
Bye then.
and again, big shout out to like Nana as well. Again, lots of banter, lots of conversations, and yeah, he's a kind of decent player. He is.
Nana's a good player, man. Nana's a good player. Nana's a good player.
Yes, and
oh
boy, and again, the Black Clop.
What's the ask the Baller Academy? What's his question? I didn't know what his question is. Ask him his question.
Still didn't.
What was your question? He asked that anybody other than me representing Catford. Yeah, and I think the answer to your question is
you must have upset your phone, Nana.
The answer to your question, Baller Academy, whoever you are, is the manager does his bit on the pitch. He doesn't talk too much, right? When he needs to come on this panel, he will. Just concentrate on whatever you're doing.
Wow, Nana.
And leave us alone.
Just ask. Yeah, Nana. Just asking a question.
I don't care.
Enough talk.
No, that might be Richie. That might be Richie.
We were just saying about when you're now sending someone up to go out in and help him.
Nana, boy. Nana's on it tonight, man.
Wow.
Yeah, but Paul has been on here for Independent all season.
I thought Paul was the leader.
So why are you not asking Paul the same question?
But you're more organised than the leader, Paul.
I'm not the leader. They can't ask me that.
Yeah, you're going to ask Nana.
They can't ask me that question, man.
Nana, you know what? Nana, you're easily triggered. It's great. And again, Paul, thank you again for coming on.
No problem.
Consistently, win, lose or draw, you can always hear. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week. Again, watch out again.
Santos Catford game. Yeah.
Santos Catford, Cray Wanderers for me.
Oh, the venue. Sorry, Tobias. The venue for the Catford game has been changed from Bellingham to Catford, so it's going to be at Catford.
Okay, it's going to be at Catford.
Yeah.
Actually, Andy, you are playing Jamrock on Wednesday, and where's that game going to be at?
We're at King's House in Chiswick on the free.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. What time's kick off?
If you want to come down and watch and learn how to bit of tactics, you're more than welcome.
What time's kick off?
8:30. It's a late one.
Oh, okay. I might be down there actually. Yeah.
No, I don't need any defenders. I'm all right. We've got enough.
Tabrice begging a game, boy. Begging a game. Wow.
Tabrice looking for goals.
You play one game for me, and you'll probably get 2 or 3. You can go up front.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't know. I'll take that back then, Nana.
Thank you, everyone, for
little tool.
We'll be.
All right, take care.
We'll be back next week.
Bye.
Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye.